Recently, we have seen that there is a flash flood incident has occurred in the different districts of Uttarakhand. Either it is due to the cloudburst or it is due to the glacial lake outburst floods. Hello everyone, this is Pratyusha. Welcome to Law Excellence. In today's session, we're going to discuss about why the Indian Himalayan region's climate resilience is very important. In the previous context, if we see, we have seen that in the COP28, India has strongly emphasized on creation of Indian Himalayan Region Resilience Fund. Now, this has also been a step regarding to promote an infrastructure strengthening of the Himalayan region in India, whereas Himalayas are the ones which have been extended. Around 13 states and UTs that have been there, and Himalayas are also considered as third pole because large amount of fresh water is being located here in the form of glaciers. Apart from this large amount of Uttarakhand region has observed the flash floods. Increasing frequency of these natural disasters is one point where we all have to be concentrating. Now, when we see the topic, what has been present? First, why is this Indian Himalayan region very important? Firstly, if we see, it is having certain ecological security that is being present. We all know Himalayas protected us right from the ancient period, where even from the advent of the Mughalians that have been there, or the Mongolian regions, and it also climatically, it has helped us in stopping the cold Siberian winds entering into the India. Now, when you see, this Himalayan region is one of the home for the glaciers, and it is also having biodiversity hotspots. Large amount of biodiversity hotspot is being present in the Himalayan region. Now, apart from this, so here when we see, it is also a home for the biodiversity hotspots in the world, and it is also home for large amount of forest ecosystem. We see that different types of forest, natural vegetation, animals, flora, fauna, everything has been thriving in this Himalayan ecosystem that has been present. And it is also considered, as I told you, as a water tower of Asia. Large amount of the perennial rivers like Indus, Brahmaputra, the Ganga that has been present. Now, they all have been originating from the Himalayas. Again, it has been having a strategic importance that has been present, where it has been bordering different countries that have been there, and livelihood. Now, Himalayas are supporting around 50 billion people directly and 100 more billion people indirectly, where economically, politically, socially, large amount of importance has been given regarding it. Apart from that, we also have cultural and the spiritual significance. Large amount of the cultural sites, spiritual sites are being present in this Himalayas regarding different religions. Next, if we see why there is a concern regarding the region. First thing is that we can see due to large amount of cloudburst, large amount of glacial lake outburst that has been there. First, we'll see what is a cloudburst. Now, this cloudburst is nothing but whenever a small region is receiving more than 100 millimeters of rainfall in a less than an hour period of time. Now, this is considered as a cloudburst. Whereas we have one more word, glacial lake expansion, or else we call it as glacial lake outburst floods that have been there. Now, this is nothing whenever there is a sudden release of large amount of water due to the break in the glacial lakes in the Himalayan region. Now, there is also a concern about unplanned urbanization. Now, in this Himalayan region, as large amount of population is being residing, large amount of unplanned urbanization is being occurring. Along with that, there is large amount of infrastructural pressure. As the urbanization, as the settlement is being increasing, large amount of infrastructure is being developed. Dams are being constructed, roads are being constructed, tunnels are being constructed. You can see many different tunnels are being started in this Himalayan region. And there is large amount of deforestation and the biodiversity loss that has been happening due to these infrastructural urbanization. We have the falling of the trees, loss of biodiversity has been occurring, and these all in turn are increasing the disaster risk. The vulnerability of the Himalayan region has been increasing day by day, which again causes large amount of effects. So what can be done so that this region is having a resilience? Now, as told in COP26 in Dubai, India has emphasized to creation of the climate resilient fund for the Himalayan region. Now what is this? Now we are trying to create this fund so that the money will be utilized in developing large amount of infrastructure, capacity building, large amount of eco-sensitive operations in this region, restoring the biodiversity. Now this is where the fund will be utilized. Now apart from this, we can also have the mainstream resilient development in the area where we are having the planning allocation of the budget regarding this Himalayan region. Then we have strengthening of the community. It's not just the government that has been doing the work. We also have to have the community where we have to increase the disaster risk management through the cooperation, through the international collaborations and all. And we have to be more in the scientific monitoring. Now we have to monitor how these glacial lakes have been there, water in the glacial lakes, how is the movement of the plates that have been occurring, any vulnerable zones have been there, how is the construction activity has been going on along the sides of the rivers and all. And we also have to regulate the tourism and development. We know that large amount of tourism has been started in the Himalayan region. Either you're having the road trip, bike trip and etc. Now this also has to be regulated so that the sensitive zones of the Himalayas will be saved. So with this, we can say that the Himalayan region is not just an area where it has been, importance has been given for the water, biodiversity and etc. But right now, it is high time for us to take care about the resilience of the Himalayan region so that the rest of the world will be happen where agriculture, water, rivers, climate conditions that have been there will follow on. For such interesting videos, follow Law Excellence.